Why, hello everybody. I'm out here doing a little swinging. I thought I'd make a separate video real quick. I wanted to just make a very quick video for anyone who is new to the hobby. If you have a hand digger right here, I'm going to show you how to dig what us detectorists call a plug. Now, it's not quite a hole, it's a little bit different, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. You almost do not dig this. You're gonna actually want to kind of cut it. So let me just try to give you an example. Find an actual target real quick. Here's something. It's a low tone on my machine here. It's reading a 2324. That could possibly be gold, but very likely it's gonna be a piece of scrap or a piece of aluminum foil. But what I'm gonna do here is right at the tip of my coil here, I'm swinging over it. I'm gonna back my coil away from this target until I stop getting a reading on it. Ever so slowly. You will get used to this. So right there is where the target ends. And right there is where I'm gonna dig. So keep your eye on that spot. For me, it's gonna be X marks the spot. I think my target is gonna be right here. So from there, let's get to cutting the plug. Put your shovel in the ground, and now if your shovel is serrated, you should have no problem going around and actually cutting into the dirt. Now, once you have it, I don't like to go all the way around mine. To each their own. I respect everyone's way of doing things, but this is the way I like to do it. I like to keep half of it kind of hinged. That way it's gonna pop out real good right where your hole is. And now what I like to do with my plug right next to the hole, so I don't make a mess outside of the hole. That's the biggest way to tell you've been somewhere, is when your loose dirt gets on top of this grass. So right here, looks like I'm right on top of my target. Let's see what it is.
I found someone lost some hair over there.
Yeah.
Weed. There's like 2 braids.
All right, so this is what the target was. It ended up just being a piece of scrappity scrap here. But yeah, so there's your little plug. It came out real nice. And if your target's in the plug, what I like to do is like put that loose dirt back in the hole. Don't let it fall outside the hole, because as soon as it falls outside the hole, it's gonna start to get messy. So right now, once you get your target out of the hole, what you're gonna do, take your plug and flip it back in the hole just like that. Tamp it down a little bit as best as you can, and then for the finishing touch for me, what I like to do is give it a nice fluff in case any of that loose dirt's still on top there. And there you go. Look at that. Can you guys see there? If you're walking through this park here, you are not going to be able to tell where I've dug whatsoever. And this grass is not gonna die. It's gonna stay like I've never been there. So that's how I like to dig my plugs, everybody. Just wanted to give you guys a beginner tip there. If you're new, or if you're having trouble keeping your holes clean, that's a good way to keep them clean, is to make sure that the dirt falls back in the hole. Because the messiest part is when the dirt gets on top of the grass. Make sure that that grass or that ground cover, whatever it is, stays on top so it looks natural, you know? It looks like you haven't dug in that spot. And if you got that, man, you're good to go. You're good to pop hundreds and hundreds of holes in the same location, and it will be no problem because you're not tearing the place up, right? You can't even tell I've been there. So may not work in all soils. I got limestone here in some parts of my county. So yeah, it doesn't always work, but most of the time it does. And that's all there is to it, folks. I'll see you guys in the next one.